Hey guys, what is up? It is Lee here and welcome to a new video. Now I do apologise I haven't really made a video in 2 weeks. It is mainly because I've been ill and also I really haven't received any drops from PVMing and I haven't really done much on RS because I've been slightly busy, but you know, cracking on with some Telos gains because this video is just going to be all focused on Telos. I mean, just streaking a few kills and trying to get my last orb because I've been trying to get my last orb for a good 50 to 60 hours at Telos. It's been around, well, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's been a good almost 300 kills I've done, and you know, having just one orb to get before I can make 2.3 bill, 2.4 bill pure profit because I already have the dormant staff is just motivating me so much to do Telos. I don't want to do any other boss. I mean, I do sort of like Araxor or Nex, and I get bored. It's just on the back of my mind, you know, if I'm doing Telos rather than Nex, I could be getting my last orb and finishing this staff and making complete bank. So that is what I've been up to. You know, that's pretty much what I've been cracking on doing and just trying to get a bit of practice in and get better at streaking kills and doing higher in rage because I would like to go for 1000%, but I do not have Actos. So you know, that will have to be something in the future to go for 1000% without using full Acto because I don't have any superior pieces other than the gloves. So yeah, there we go. So streaked past 400%, no problem. That food was that inventory was a little bit sketchy there. We ran out of food in the yak, and you know, we got the kill there regardless. But the loot just kept piling up, which was quite nice. And pretty much the way I do it is I streak from 100% until drop or death. And you know, my advice to people that want to go for Warden but they can't really do like the higher in rage kills, then what I'd recommend is just starting from 100% and work your way up, because that is how I got Warden. I just streaked the 500% from pretty much 100%, you know, that is the way I've done it, rather than, you know, forcing myself to do high in rage and not get any loot in the process. Whereas, you know, with me going and streaking loot, I've been getting drops in the process as well. Like so far I've received 2 orbs, 1 codex and 1 dormant staff, so that is well over a bill in itself. And if I get my last orb and make myself a staff, then that'll be what, 3 bill in loot just from streaking kills. And to be honest, all the loot that I've received, or all the main unique items that I've received, has been pretty much sub 300% in rage, you know, so it's not too bad. Anyway, we continue in the streak there. That kill wasn't too bad, 466, 477% in rage there. I'm not really quite sure if I did end up dying in a few more kills, but you know, we did actually do a very nice streak up to 490%. I did think I got an orb there, but I got a cash drop, which was quite insane. So yeah, just continuing a streak there now. So I must have obviously died the next kill. Continuing the streak then from like 100%, started on 250, and then just getting up into the practice really. I started off using seismics because I found that the most comfortable way to learn Telos was just to use seismics, and then later on I did actually start to use a staff again, because in the future, if I'm going to want to buy myself a 1092 staff for me to camp Telos at higher in rages and go for the pet, because that is a drop that I do want to get, then I do want to obviously learn it with a 1092 staff or with a staff in general, and you know, get learning the switches between the shield and the seismic wand for when I'm going for reses and stuff like that. So that is what I did decide to do later on in a few clips that you're going to see. But for the most part, the way I did get Warden was I streaked with seismics, and that was pretty much it. Seismics and 3 pieces of Acto, and that is how I do my Telos skills. Lower in rages now though, I have started to switch it up, and I've started to use a Tectonic Helm, Virtus Boots and Ascension Grips or Spellcasters for the gloves, just for that added DPS, because you don't really need Acto on low in rages. So that has been pretty nice, and obviously the Telos KC has been building up fairly nicely as well. So we're well over 500 KC, I think we're approaching 600 KC, which has been pretty sweet. So yeah, it's not too bad. And also the method that I did use now is I'm more confident now in myself, so I'll do 100% till around 250 or even maybe 300%, with depends on what auras I'm using and depends, you know, how I'm feeling with a Nihil, and then I'll switch it up to do 300% plus with a yak. So yeah, that's not too bad. It's been pretty good going as well. I've really been enjoying Telos because, you know, of how little people do it, mainly because they're put off about the drop system, and you can't really get drops all the time from it. You have to like streak kills or get over 100% in rage to unlock the gold looting system. So you know, that is pretty much how I've been motivated to grind Telos is because of how expensive all the weapons are. So pretty much I died last streak, I started off this new streak, my computer's been giving me major problems as well recently, so it's still giving me problems. I'm going to have to buy a new one next year, so I had to lower the quality a little bit just to stop it from freezing during mid streaks, because I must have lost about 7 to 8 Telos streaks pretty much within, well, this episode of my computer freezing on phase 4, phase 5 and even phase 3. Well, every phase really. I don't know what the problem is. I've tried to change a few components in the PC, but they don't seem to have worked. It doesn't seem to be a heating issue, it seems to be maybe the motherboard or the processor needs changing, so I just thought I'll stick it out for now and upgrade early next year, I do hope. So yeah, continuing this streak then, you know, we did actually end up getting pretty lucky. I'm not going to spoil it, you're going to see the clip in a minute, but you know, low in rage yet again is key to getting Telos drops, as me and Alan have both found out this way. And yeah, here we go with, after this next kill, you're going to see what drop we get, so I'm going to let the clip play. Oh, low in rage is so boring. Honestly, it's going to be more dragon arrowheads or some shit. No way did we just do that. We got our third orb, sub 200%. All of my drops have been sub 300%. We've made 3 bill from Telos, sub 300% in rage. No way is this fucking happening. That took 297 kills to get, but fuck me, is it worth it? Oh my days, we finally fucking finished that staff. I can finally make that staff and sell it for absolute bonk. So after making the staff and just browsing the Runescape forums, I came across this post by a guy called Eon, and also he watches my videos, so that was quite a coincidence, and he decided to buy my staff for 96 million shards, which equates to 2.4 bill GP, so yeah, that was the current price of it at the time. I think it's just over 2.4, or just, it's like 2,350 to 2,450, I do believe. That's what it was over the weekend, and I haven't really checked the price of it as of yet. But yeah, got a really nice price for it, 96 mil shards, so they were going straight into the loot tab. So yeah, big thanks to Eon for buying it again. You know, what a legend. Alright then, we're on to that part of the episode where we price check the tab and go through the boss kills, and with it obviously being episode 10, we are going to price check the loot tab, so we're going to have a look at the total wealth of how much this tab is now, with obviously the drops that we've gotten within the previous or the past 5 episodes that we've been doing this since the last price check. So if we go on to the boss kills first though, and we shall see what has changed. So it'll mainly be Telos that has changed. As you can see, 26,406 total boss kills. And if we scroll down then, Telos is the big change of 581. I still want to do Telos, I still want to get the pet. I think the pet looks amazing, and you know, it just looks cool in general, and I'm definitely going to have that as an override towards me swapping that with the Megaduxes. That's what I currently use anyway at the moment. And pretty much that is the only boss that I have been doing and putting in the hours in this episode, trying to get that last orb, and we got that, so that is pretty awesome. So that is pretty much it for the boss kills. I honestly have not done much else. Done a few Araxor kills, I didn't get anything, so they're up to 711 KC now. Still need the base pet, but I'll get the base pet when I do finally decide to go for Insane Fan or Boss. So then, if we close that down, and we shall open up the bank and have a look at this loot tab. So yeah, the main item that has been added in here are the spirit shards, 117 mil spirit shards. 21.6 of them is from the ability codex, which I sold for about 520 mil, I do believe, and the rest of it, the 96 mil shards above that, is from the Staff of Sliske that I did sell to a fan really. Eon is his RSN, so yeah, thank you to him for buying that. That was around 2.4 bill he bought that for, which is currently the market price, which is quite good. which you know, added to the tab. It looks absolutely amazing right there. And then just the general loot is, as it always is, neat and tidy, in order on how I've controlled this tab and just kept this tab so kind of tidy and unique and just in line, because I do love making loot tabs. I just love seeing the loot build up. I never get an urge to sell it, which is quite surprising for myself. I mean, you know, my Slayer tab, that I held that for a long time. My Max Cash tab, I held that for a very long time as well. And then finally this tab, which we're going to price check, and we're going to find out the total wealth of this current tab towards the end of this video. So I may as well withdraw out the first inventory and we shall get cracking. Okay then, so the first inventory is just regular herbs, seeds, got some crafting dehydes and some energies from Virago, Riser 6 and Serenic Scales. I would like to have gotten 1000 tectonic energies, but maybe when I do decide to go for Vitalis and Camp Virago, that is when I can get 1000 tectonic energies. But well, we'll see the price of this now and we shall pop it all in there. So 1.1 bill, the figure of the price check is going to be on screen, and it's going to total up towards the end and give the final amount when I finish price checking everything. So may as well have a quick look through this and see what is worth the most. So we got tectonic energies there, 274 million tectonic energies, which is kind of crazy. And scrolling down more as well, 224 mil in Onyx bolts. I did want to get 100,000 of these, but I did stop next a long time ago, just because I got bored of that boss really. But you know, 224 mil isn't too bad in Onyx bolts. And yeah, that is pretty much it for the main big items in this inventory. We've also got Dragonhide as well up there, which is like, what a good 110 mil in Dragonhide, which is pretty sweet. And the rest is just, yeah, you guys can see the rest, a lot in herbs, seeds and whatnot. So yeah, that is inventory number 1, 1.1 bill, pretty sweet. Okay then, so second inventory is more gems, water tallies and, well, talismans in general, and starting off with some Slayer gear that I did when I was going for my Slayer pet. So we'll pop the price check up, slap it all in there, and that comes to almost 420 mil, so 419.8, which is pretty sick. We got obviously Dragon Bones from Vindicta, Infernal Ashes there from Twin Furies when I was doing them bosses a couple of episodes ago, or well, quite a long time ago really. 73 Unca Onyxes, the majority of these are from the fight kiln when I got the 100 kills for the final boss requirement. So that comes to 115 mil. I did want to get 100 of these, but obviously Araxor wasn't very kind to me in a sense, and I didn't really want to go back to doing fight kilns, especially since they buffed it now and it's much harder to do, and it just takes a little bit longer. So scrolling down a little bit then, we have Blood Necklace shards. These are now 3.5 mil. I'm not sure if that's the accurate G value. I know they've dropped a lot since obviously 120 Slayer is now going to be, in the future, a requirement for the completionist cape, so now you've got everyone pretty much on my friends list that isn't 120 Slayer doing Slayer to get their to get that level in advance. And yeah, back in the day when I was getting 200 mil, these were like 20 mil each, so you know, I've made bank on these Blood Necklace shards, and you know, all the people that are doing Edemus now aren't reaping as much rewards as I did back in the day. So yeah, that's not too bad. Then scrolling down, you just got some Bandos items and the start of, you know, the Armadillo section when I was doing a little bit of Bandos for some KC and, you know, trying to get the pet and stuff like that, which we still didn't get. Almost I think 2.2k KC is now as well now, but I'll get that in the future, no doubt. So yeah, 419 mil to add to the total at the bottom, which is pretty sweet. Okay, so I've cut this inventory a little bit short because the next items are going to be the next items, and I want to put them all into one inventory to see how much they all are together. So quickly throw this in the price check. 222 mil, just some God Wars 2 items right there. Lances, 57 mil lances, 1 Codex, considering I don't do raids anymore. We got 5 Crest of Zaros, which is 113 mil. That's absolutely crazy, to be honest. My Vindicta luck in, you know, I think it was episode 7 or 8, I'm not really quite sure, but yeah, my Vindicta luck was absolutely insane, so that's pretty amazing. And obviously Armadillo items are worth quite a bit because they are needed for Armadillo components, which give the precise 5 perk. So yeah, 222.5 mil, not too shabby. Okay, so next items, these are all the next items that I've gotten from obviously this series, and it must be a good I think about, what, 1000 KC worth, maybe a little bit less. So yeah, I'm still hunting the next pet. I haven't got that yet. I'm about 1.6 KC now, so like fourth pet threshold, and still don't have the pet. So yeah, price check them, and 561 mil. The prices have probably dropped a bit, especially with the 12 plate bodies and stuff, with me holding on to this loot tab, but I don't really care. I just love looking at loot tabs, as you guys do know. So yeah, we've got 63 mil in 12 plate bodies. 42mm inverters, rope tops. Just generally, well, we've got 91mm Pernix boots, didn't even notice that there. 6 pairs of Pernix boots is 91mm, and then 4 Zarate bows. Got very lucky with these. These come to 67.4mm, so the total inventory of just all the next items alone is 561.9mm, which is pretty crazy. Okay then, so we're almost there with all the price checking. Sorry it's taken so long, but in this second to last inventory right now we have the cash from when I did sell my ores. I panic sold a lot of my ores when they did release the new Alkin rework, which isn't going to be until I think next year at least, so yeah. We've also got the spider leg pieces that I've received, and also the 2 hilts, the fang and also the eye, which I'm going to make into weapons, so I may as well do that now as well. So if we make a scythe to begin with, we'll make 2 spider legs first, and then we shall crack on and make ourselves 1 scythe, and we shall then make ourselves a staff. I'm not too bothered if the staff sells for like 1 to 2 mil under what the actual leg price is worth. It doesn't really bother me too much, so yeah, we're just going to do that right now. So if we create that now as well, so we've got a staff and also a scythe. So what we'll do, we'll open up the price checker and we shall price check them as well. So that comes to 1.268 mil there. 1.268 bill rather. The scythe is around I think 280, so that is a little bit more than what the G value is right there, but we shall add that into the total at the bottom of the screen, and then we shall do this one last price check. Okay, so here is the last price check, the 117.6ml spirit shards. We're going to put them into the price checker. It shows they're valued at 24 GP each, and it shows a Lootz value. Now you can sell these to the summoning shop or the pet shop in Tavily for 25 GP no matter what, so they always are 25 GP each. The GE price does change of them, but I'm going to sell them to the store if I do decide to sell them, and they'll be for 25 GP each, you know, regardless of what the G value is. So that comes out to, if I was to do them at 25 GP, that comes to a total of 2.9 bill, or 2 bill 940 mil dead. So that is added on to, what was it, like the 3.5 bill that we did have at the bottom of the screen, and that comes to a total of 6 bill 516 mil, and that is pretty insane. So yeah, that is the total value currently of this loot tab, 6.5 bill, which isn't too bad. We've smashed the current series goal by about 1.5 bill, so I really can't complain about that. I just need to sell it all and have a bit of patience when I do decide to sell it. Obviously I will get a video on that out when I do actually sell the tab, put some sick tunes over the top like I usually do when I'm selling a loot tab, and we shall see all that money roll in. So yeah, that is pretty much it. So that just clarifies towards the end of this video that the series is pretty much done and dusted by making 1.5 bill over what we did set out to get for 5 bill. So yeah, that's not too bad. Set out to get 5 bill, end up with over 6.5. So I really can't complain about that. I do hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry that it didn't really contain much PVMing and that it was all, you know, Telos, but I did really want to get my last orb, so I do apologise if it did bore you guys, and obviously I'm a bit sorry for the lack of enthusiasm in my voice, as I've been very ill recently, and I'm sure you can tell about that as well. But I was just too excited, and you know, I was feeling a little bit better, so I thought I'd get this video uploaded and edited and out for you guys today, because you obviously haven't heard from me in about 2 weeks. So yeah guys, there we go, that is pretty much it. That is episode 10 done. 6.5 bill is the current value of the loot tab, and thank you so much for the support, thank you for watching, and I shall see you soon in the next video. Take care guys, peace.